Tables and functions interact by using the table method called apply, which takes a function and a label of a column and applies that function to every value in the specified column. The apply method creates an array by calling a function on every element in some input column or columns. The first argument is always the function that you want to apply. The second argument, or maybe there are more, specify where you get the inputs to the function. So if you only have one other argument, then that means the first argument has to be a one-argument function that applies to each value in the column. Here's an example. If you have a table, then you write the table name, you write .apply, you write the function name for some function that's already defined or one that you defined, and then comma, and then in quotes you write the column label. The reason why you use quotes in one place and not in another, here are the quotes, here are no quotes, is that you always have to quote labels. But you don't have to quote anything that's a Python name, and function names are Python names. All right, let's do a demo. First, we need a function. Here's a function cut off at 1 billion that takes a number, x, and returns x unless x is so big that we want to just cut it off at 1 billion. So one way to write that is to say, I want the min of x or 1 billion. If I cut off 12 at 1 billion, it's just 12. Same with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But if I write a really big number that's bigger than 1 billion, then it's just going to give me back 1 billion instead. That helps me not deal with really large numbers. So for example, if I read in a table of movie revenues, I'll see that there are some very large numbers involved. Star Wars, adjusted to today's ticket prices, grossed more than $1 billion. Let's see how we apply cutoff at 1 billion to make these numbers more manageable by limiting them to the maximum value of 1 billion. So first, I'll want to read in this table and give it a name. The top movies. Let's just look at the ones where the studio is Fox. Okay, we still have some over 1 billion values, such as Star Wars and The Sound of Music. If I take the top table and apply cut off at 1 billion to the gross adjusted column, what I get is a sequence of numbers that's just the same as the numbers you see here, except for any values that were over 1 billion are now just exactly $1 billion. The result is just an array. That array could be given a name and could even be included in the table. Adjusted, but cut. And there it is at exactly 1 billion.